Do you remember Unis Honest? Unis Honest was a video series on YouTube where Mark and Ethan from Markiplier and Crank Gameplays decided that they were going to make a video every single day for a full year. And at the end of that year, they were going to delete the channel. It was about understanding what to do with the life that you had left. Whether that meant something special to you or not, that's what they did. It resonated a lot with so many different people. And I was one of those people. When the channel on November 14th, 2020, when they ended it, when they deleted the whole thing right there on live stream, it meant something to me. It made me think about what I wanted to do. And I knew about something I wanted to do. I knew that I wanted to make a community for role players. And so that's what I started doing. I made a website, I made a podcast, and I started making a community. And I had this plan. That was 3 years ago. It was 3 years ago almost to the day. See, at the end of the year, Mark and Ethan and other creators will put out videos talking about Unis Honest and what they did with their year. And every year, I think to myself, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to make a video talking about what I did that year or what I want to do for the next year. Not like a New Year's resolution thing. I don't really like resolutions or like that, but I do like having goals. So this year, I'm finally going to do it. I'm making it the stance and saying, this is what I'm going to do this year. I could go into details as to why things didn't get done the last couple of years, but ultimately, that doesn't matter, because what matters now is the year that I have left and how I'm going to improve progress that I want to make for the role-playing community. Let's talk about the MMO role-playing community first, and how I want to help improve there. I do have many plans, but there's only one thing that I really want to do this year that I think will start helping, and that is locations and lore. If you go over to my channel, you'll see that there's something called locations across the lands. And that's what locations and lore will be, except sort of changed. I want to change it up so it's not so long that it's a 21-minute video, but not so short that it's just a video of a minute. I want to actually be able to go to a location and provide MMO role players something about that location, what it's about, the lore of it, what happens there, the quests, how many people might frequent there, the bugs you might encounter, that sort of stuff. Every episode should be about 4 to 5 to 6 minutes now. Well, that's at least what I'm aiming for. And I want to be very liberal with the time that I spend on these videos. I have started already working on them, but I want to make sure that I'm not overcommitting. So what my goal is this year for locations and lore is 20 videos. That's what I want to do. 20 videos of location and lore. I think that this is a good start, a good step in making sure that I include the MMO community. Now, let's go over to the podcast. Over on my channel that you can see, I have started uploading my podcast again. I've started doing my podcast. Hooray, I'm very excited about that. I love talking to role players. I'm just that kind of person. I'm very passionate about the subject, and I'm super thrilled to do it with other people. I want to do 48 podcast episodes this year. There's 52 weeks in a year. That's 52 episodes. But I'm removing basically a month in case there's something horrible goes wrong. Like I need to take care of my son, or I get absurdly sick for some odd reason. But there is some good news. I can tell you that I have podcasts already lined up to come out all the way into February. And with that said, I want to move on to the website. I have not worked on the website at all for the last 5 months now, it seems. Which is a shame because I have so much that I want to do for the website. One of the biggest things about the website that I want to do is I want to bring creators onto the website for the tabletops. Eventually, the whole website itself will be nothing but creators because I want to make sure that I can open it to all at some point where people can make, their own profiles and make character sheets for their in-game characters and share them around, such like that. But right now, the most important thing that I'm working on is including the tabletop role players. So, I want to get 20 creators on the website. And by that, I mean I want to reach out to them and make sure that I can get their videos put up on the site itself. I always ask because I feel it's important to have permission. And lastly, but not least, I'm going to be doing 20 more podcasts up on the website. Not me doing the podcast. I want to Share other people's podcasts. I don't want my podcast to succeed. I want everyone else's podcast to succeed. The only reason I want my podcast to succeed is so that I can help their podcasts succeed. That is it. One last time, my goal this year, all the way up till November the 14th, 2024, is to have 20 locations and lore videos up, 48 podcast episodes up, 20 creators on the site sharing their videos and stuff like that with the tabletops, and 20 additional podcasts up on the site. That all said, I'm really bad at ending videos. So here's Poppier. Poppier is my friend. Here's Poppier doing some exercises.